Hello, you're welcome to this video tutorial, and in this tutorial video you'll be learning how to create this simple flyer design over here. Alright, this is a simple food flyer design, and in this video you're going to be learning how to apply the principle of design, the simple principles of design that you've learned. Alright, alignment, proportion, and so on. Alright, so without wasting much time, let's get started. Okay, I'm going to hide this. Okay, this is the layers panel in Pixellab. This button over here is the layers panel, where whatever you bring in, whatever element you create is going to be you're going to see them over there. For example, this is a square shape. When you go back to the layers panel, you're going to see that we now have a square shape, and you can also select your elements from here. Alright, so to get started, we are going to bring in our background. So I'm going to hide this, and you're going to be using it for reference as you are going. So over here is the background panel. Let me change this color so that you can be seeing it. Alright, so over here is the background panel. Alright, so I'm going to click on it, and then from here I'm going to see color. You're going to see color, transparent image, crop image, from gallery, and so on. Okay, for now we are going to be using from image. Alright, if you click on image, you're going to see already defined background, but for now we don't want to use it. We already have a background I want to work with. So I'm going to click on cancel and then select from gallery. So this is going to bring you into your phone gallery, and I'm going to select our background, which is this one. So I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to check. Here. Alright, I'm going to click on that check button, and then it's going to be imported. Alright, so because it is a perfect square shape, our canvas will take the shape of our background. Alright, so now we have our background. Let's see our reference design. Okay, let's start from the logo on top. Right, this is just a wordmark logo for this design. So you're going to be typing in kitchen place, right? So for us to type in our text, you're going to come over here, this button with an icon of a letter A. So you're going to click on it, and you're going to see two options: text and quotes. Alright, quotes is just where you can have already defined samples of quotes. Alright, but you're not going to be using that for now. So you're going to be using the text, the plus sign, to create new text. And when you click on it, you see that by default we have this, and also we have other options that we can use to format our text. Alright, so you're going to be looking at them as time goes on. But for now, what you want to do is to click on this edit. So when you click on it, you'll be brought up to this space where you can edit your text. So I'm going to be typing in the kitchen place, right? So after that, we're going to click on this button over here, this OK button. Right, if you want to make your letters capital or small, so this is the button for it, this place that has a capital letter T and small letter T. Right, so let's try it out. So I'm going to capitalize all this by clicking on it. I can see while clicking on it, it changes from capital to small cases. Whereas this button over here, just like the icon, is a delete button. Right, once you click on it, let me copy it first. Alright, so once you click on this button, you have your words cleared. So I'm going to be importing this again. Alright, so we have this. I just want the K and P to be capital letters. Alright, so I'm going to click on OK, and I'm going to position it to the top. Alright, I can do this by just dragging with my fingers, or I'll come over to this place that says relative position, and I can use the arrows All right, so I can use these 4 arrows over here. All right, the first one is to go left, the second one for right, the third one for up, and the fourth one for down. All right, this handle over here just gives you the amount of movement per tap. All right, so when you increase it to the highest, you see that it is now going faster. All right, so now we want our logo, our wordmark logo, to be positioned at the very center. All right, so because you cannot actually be sure of the center alignment, okay, there is a tool over here that says relative position. All right, this relative position gives you the ability with just buttons to position your elements at a particular strategic point in your canvas. All right, so this one over here gives you the ability to position it at the extreme left. All right, so if I tap on it and then tap on the second one, see that it is positioned at the center, whereas the third one at the top, all right, you can see at the right. Then moving down to the third one at the bottom, all right, you see that it is positioned at the top, top right. So whereas the next one by its right, that is the 5th icon, right? I'm talking about this one, right? So this one, you just position it at the half of your canvas height, right? So whereas this one, just bring it down, right? But for this text, for this logo, you want it to be positioned at the center and then around this particular place. So I'm just going to bring it to a place that I feel that it is good, and then use the relative position and then bring it at the center, right? So that is it. Then we need to change the fonts, right? So we go over to fonts, and then I already have some fonts on my recent, so I'm going to just select this one, Gotham Bold Italics. I can just select this and then click OK. Alright, for more legibility, I'm going to reduce the line spacing, so I'm going to come over to this place, spacing, and then reduce it. Okay, something like this is okay. And then I think I'm going to reduce this a little. Alright, so we have this, and then because we made some changes, our text is no longer at the center, so I'm going to be aligning it again in the relative position, and then we are done for this. Alright, so let's check another thing. Okay, I'm going to unhide this now, right? And if you notice, you'll see that there is a kind of congestion over here, right? And that's because our text is placed on top of this design. All right, so for us to view this in entirety, okay, we have to drag from here. Can you see this panel, this side that has arrangements of dots? All right, that's where you can drag your layers. So I'm going to hold it and then drag up, so you can see that our design is placed in front, right? You can also use this tool over here. There's a small button over here by the side of each layer, this button over here. All right, you can also use that, and then you can bring it to the front using this. All right, this tab, this button is for you to bring it to the front, this one for you to push it to the back, this for rotation, this for relative position, this for relative size, and this is just to copy that particular layer. All right, so that is it. So the next thing is for us to type in. Our keyword, which is check out our cupboard. All right, so I'm going to just copy this. I'm going to select our text by clicking on it, either from the layers or just by clicking on it, because I've not locked it. All right, so if I lock this particular layer now, I'm not going to be able to select it from the canvas. All right, I'm only going to do that from the layers or unlock it. So I'm going to copy it by clicking on copy over here. So I'm going to click on copy, and we have a duplicate. So I'm going to edit it by typing in check. All right, check out. All right, for this I want a more bold typeface, so I'm going to go over to fonts and then click on this, right? So I'm going to drag from here. Can you see? All right, from that point I'm going to drag to a level that will be very okay for our work. All right, let's say this is okay. So again, we are using center alignment, so I'm going to align it at the center. Then you're going to copy again and then type in what's our cupboard. Alright, so we have this. Okay, let's give it a more bold font again. So we are actually using the same family of fonts. Alright, so this is Gotham bold, and then we also have Gotham bold italics and Gotham bold ultra italics. So for this, let's make use of this, and then you have something like this. So to make it more eligible to the eyes, I think we're going to increase the spacing to make it more legible. All right, and then again align at the center. All right, so we have this. Let me push it a little bit down. All right, so we have this, and then the next thing is to bring in our food samples. Bring in our food samples, right? Okay, but now the first thing is to create that particular shape. We are first of all going to be creating this shape, right? This is like a cylinder shape, right? So we are going to be creating this shape, and then we are going to be putting those food inside that shape. So how are you going to achieve this? Okay, the simple step is to go over to this button over here. All right, so this is basically the tab for shapes and images. So when you click on it, you can see options like stickers, where you can have access to already made stickers in the app. So this is imports, where you can import images from your phone gallery. All right, this is for drawing. Right, you can actually draw anything you want. Okay, so this is for shapes, which I'm going to be making use of now. And then this Bezier, this is actually normally used for vectorization and then also for drawing. And then you have arrows, right? So you can have you can design some arrows from this tab. All right, so for now you're going to make use of these shapes. So when you click on this shape, you're going to see some other options like radius, just like you're seeing over here. And when you go down, you're going to see opacity, have fill color, stroke width, opacity, stroke color. All right, so the opacity here and then the opacity at the top, the one at the top is just for the fill color, right? Whereas the one here is for the stroke. All right, what is the stroke? The stroke is just the outside outline of the shape, just like you're seeing, right? So if I change this to maybe blue, you can see it changes to that color. So all right, so that's it. You can actually blur it out like this. All right, for this particular shape, we don't need the stroke, so I'm going to reduce it to 0. And then we want a kind of a cylindrical shape. So what we are going to do is that we are going to be increasing the radius of this square shape. Now we have a circle shape, right? Now for us to form the shape that we want, we are going to be dragging from here. Can you see these points? Here or from here, either side of the shape. All right, so I'm going to drag from here, and we have what we want. So I can reduce it. All right, to reduce it, you have this a bigger point over here. So that's for relative position. So to reduce or increase it, that's where you would drag from. All right, so I think I have something similar, very similar to what we want to create. So I'm going to make sure it is it has a very much similar size. All right, so we have this, and the next thing is just to hit the good button. Now for us to put in our food samples, all right, so we're going to scroll and come over to texture, and then we're just going to click on this icon over here, and this will bring us into our phone gallery, where we will select, oh, it's a mistake, so this is not what we want. So we are going to be selecting our food sample. Right, so I'm going to search. All right, so let's make use of this one. Alright, you have this, and because our shape is not a square shape, but our food is like a square shape, so we want an arrangement that that will match our shape. So down here we have, over here we have some shapes. Over here we have some kind of, will I say, resolutions, just like you can see, this 1 by 1, 16 by 9. So we are going to be making use of the one that best fits our shape. So 9 by 6, 2 by 3, and 4 by 6 will kind of do for that. So you're just going to select any of them. So let me just choose 3 by 4 and then check. Okay. Alright, so you can scale it up so that it will fit very well. And then you have this. So from here, let's just give it a stroke. Alright, let's say a white stroke will do. Okay, now let's hide our reference design and then continue. Okay, now we have this. So to create other ones, it's very easy. Just copy and then change the texture. Alright, so that's the basic, that's how to achieve that. Alright, so we have this, okay, and then alright, this is not properly aligned, right? So at this point we are going to be introducing our ruler. Okay, over here we have a tab, a button that looks like table, right? So when you activate it, the app is going to give you an arrangement of lines. Alright, and you notice that at the bottom you have like you have two tabs, two buttons. Okay, these buttons over here are for editing these lines over here. Alright, so this is basically the ruler. Okay, it comes in vertical and horizontal arrangement, just like you can see. Alright, so when you want to edit it, okay, so you're going to be clicking on this. Alright, so you see that once you activate this tab, you have other options. Alright, so this option over here, this one, is just for you to add another vertical ruler. Just like you can see, you can add as many as you want. Whereas this one is for you to add horizontal ruler. Then this one is for you to delete the selected one, right? So you can see that, okay, let's say if I select this one now, and then I tap on this, it gets deleted. If I select this and tap on it, it gets deleted. Alright, so the next one is just the positioning. Alright, so when you select a particular ruler and you want to give it a particular position, you can use that tab and then position it. Then the next one is for you to choose the number of horizontal and vertical lines. Let's say we want a 10 by 3 vertical lines, and then we click OK. Alright, we will be given the arrangement. Alright, for now I'm going to set it to default, and then I am going to select this one and then bring it over here. So I want our design to a kind of have free spaces around this place. Alright, I don't want anything to fall in between here. Alright, that is spacing in design. Alright, your design needs to have like a breathing space, a free space, alright, to help your readers. Alright, now what about the top of our images? So to do that, to guide ourselves in giving it a very good alignment, we're going to select a horizontal line and then bring it to a position that we want it to be. I think this place is a kind of good. Alright, so we leave it there, and then the next thing is to disable this button, right, so that we will not mistakenly change our arrangement. So once you are done with your ruler arrangement, disable it, alright, and then work on your arrangement. So I'm going to select this and then use relative position to bring it down a little so that it will fit, so that the tops will kind of be in the same line with the ruler that we just arranged. So we have this, we have this, the next one. Alright, you have this. So like we are seeing, this is well aligned based on the top areas, right? Based on the top areas over here, but there are still not even spaces between them, right? Alright, let's see to that. So I'm just going to be like on our own, make things spice up by giving it an equal amount of space like this. Alright, so we are done with this particular arrangement. Now from our reference design, we have like a horizontal kind of our food samples. Alright, so to do that, we are going to select our shape, copy it, and then we are going to edit it. Alright, so when you want to make an edit to your shape, when you select it, you are going to see edit. Right, so when you click on it, we can now make arrangement to what we need. So for this one, we want, let me use ruler to guide or set what we want to achieve. So we want a shape that will be the same size as running from here to here, right? So I'm going to activate this magnet button over here. Alright, so it will guide me as to when I'm dragging, it will get sticked easily to the points of the line. So I'm going to drag from here to here. I'm going to drag from here to here. Alright, so we have it, and then I'm just going to bring it down, and then copy, and then bring it here too. Alright, that's very fine. Okay, the next thing is now to change the samples. Alright, so we're going to click on it, following the same procedure, then give it a texture. Alright, so this is where we are, and then the next thing is to add our footer, right, containing the information of our business. Alright, so we are going to scroll down and then select one of our texts, because we're making use of basically one family of fonts. So I'm going to copy and then type in contact us, right? So alright, so I'm going to leave this over here, because before that we need to have our footer background, right, a kind of a circle shape at the bottom, right? So we're going to go over to this tab and then click on shape. This time we want a circle shape, so we are going to be clicking on this panel over here. So once we click on it, we have other shapes available. So I'm going to select the circle shape, and then you're going to increase it. So you're going to increase, alright, to a point that we can have it well aligned and okay at that bottom, right? I think this is okay. So I'm going to check it, and then to make sure it is aligned at the center, I'm still going to use the relative position. Alright, so we have this, and then I'm going to lock it. Okay, so now we can now bring in our text. Alright, notice that our text is behind the circle, so we are going to bring it at the top by using this button over here, and then we're going to push it at the top, right? Now, although we did that, we still can't see our text because it's the same color with our footer background. So to do that, we are going to switch to the text tab, which is this, so that we can make changes. So once we switch the text tab, we have other options. Now we are going to go over to color, and then let's see the color of our reference design. Okay, a kind of orange color. So we select our text, and then okay, we can actually select orange color from here, Now, apart from that, for us to make use of a color that is already in our design, or that is already an element in our design, for consistency, you can come over here and click on this plus sign over here. So when you click on it, you have this color where you can actually select any kind of color that you want, the shade of color that you want. You can actually increase or decrease the value over here, and then also change and work on the opacity with the third rectangle at the bottom, right? So, but for now, you want to pick the color in our design. So there is an icon over here that is called the eyedropper tool. This icon over here, right? It lets you select a color that is already in your design. So when you click on it, you have all the elements in your design, all right? But we want to pick a color in, right, in our design, which is this particular one. So you can zoom from this tab, so you can zoom from there and then select this color. All right, okay, let's say we have this. All right, so we have this from our selection, and then you can just click